Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's get this lighting started. Okay, so let's get on with this lighting. So I'm going to start with the bottom of the hull here. Got the light strip here. So I'm going to wrap around the inner lip here and have an lighting on the inside pointing in to light up these windows in here. SMDs to light up this area. So let's get all that stuff put in place. Over here, I'm just going to get two main AC lines because it's going to be a 12-volt power supply that run down in here. Because down in the bottom here, I'm going to have to put the plug right here. Since this is like the only two halves of the ship. So that's where those go. They run down in there. And then I still need another line to come off of here, which will tie into the 5-volt regulator, and that works the rest of the LEDs. Okay, I got these tied together. Let's do a quick light test. Look at that. Beautiful. Impulse engines light up quite beautifully too. All lighting all the way around for the windows. Very, very good. Very, very good. And underneath there, I got the 5-volt regulator. I'm going to put it right here. And for the flasher circuit, we'll go on this side over here for all the lighting, the navigation lighting, and the strobe. So this is going to go right in there. Okay, so I'm going to get these impulse engine coverings in place here. Now we have 6 SMDs to go in the spots here. Now I'll shorten up all these wires and I'll put a 360 ohm resistor on them so they don't fry. There we go. Okay, I got a 360 ohm resistor on that. Let's do a quick light test. It's good. All right. All right, let's get these warp engines lit up. And there we go. Those are the bottoms of the warp engines. Now the top's up here. They got the holes there. You can see for the navigation lighting. And the LED will go right in here inside the pocket. 2 more white LEDs going into these little gouges here for the top of the warp engines. So those 2 whites, 470 ohm resistors going on there, and then we can run fiber optic lines to the holes here, and those engines are all but lit up. There we go, get that all on there now. Got that on there. Heat shrink there is a guide to go into this heat shrink, which is a little bit larger. Got the line running up into the hole there. Just gotta melt that down to form a little dome there. I'll show you how to do that. So what you want to do, take your soldering iron and hold it just above the fiber optic line here. And slowly let it melt down. You don't touch it. Like that, and just slowly let it go down until it forms a little dome there. And there you go. Okay, so I'm going to get the navigation lighting in place here. So I have whites, greens, and reds. So let's get those installed. I'm going to be using yellow and green for the navigation lighting, so let's get all these here lights tied together. Starting off with the grounds, which is what the yellow is for. Now I have 470 ohm resistors here that need to go on the green and the white. For the red, I have a 1K. Okay, and that's all for those. Just got that one to do. Let's see, for the strobe here, I'm going to be using orange and brown. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off that other half, and then we can move on. All right, got those all done. Got them chrome silvered as well, so these lights here don't interfere with the flashing. Looks good. Got the little nibs there, everything all flattened out. Nice round little tops. Okay, got that. The bridge there, one done as well. Everything looks good. I'm not putting anything in the impulse engine area because this lighting here is way more than enough to light up the impulse engines, so that's good. One thing that my client wants me to add are torpedoes firing forward and aft, and one of these phaser emitters, like it's firing a phaser. So I got to light up. I'm going to do the two front ones there and light those up. Probably just have an LED over here somewhere, and or probably right here, because I'm going to have the flasher circuit right here, and then run 2 fiber optic lines going down to the phaser emitters. Let's get those holes drilled for that. I'm going to be using a 0.10 mil fiber optic line for that. I mean, those really tiny ones. I got the proper bit for that. You can barely see it. The two front ones here I'm going to have firing. So I got the 470 ohm resistor on the white, and this will get hooked directly into the 5-volt regulator eventually. So now I'm going to heat shrink on here, and then a guide, and we'll guide the 2 fiber optic lines to the light. Now we're getting to this part here, the bottom part of the torpedo bay. Gonna have another flasher here, a strobe. So it'll be the second strobe underneath there. Now also I'm gonna have the main power plug here, right about here. Right about here. I got to use this in here because the other ones I have, they screw in place. You don't want to see a great big nut on the outside there. So it's going to be here like this. And that should work just fine. I just need to do a test fit here. That's exactly what I want. All right. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna groove out the sides here a little bit so this can fit down into a slot. Yeah. Okay, I got it marked out there where I need to just shave down the sides there a bit. I got the point here marked out where I need the main hole drilled out for the plug to fit up into. I really don't want that coming out of there, so that's why I'm so heavily gluing it here. Wrapping the glue around it, covering pretty much the whole thing except the pins that provide the power to the model. This is why I use those other ones where they just screw into place. But on rare occasions like this is the only plug I can use for this particular model. So with that hot glue gun inside there is holding this in place. Normally I would just use the plug here to hold that in place, but I just needed to make sure that the pin inside there was lined up correctly and wasn't off to the side or anything like that. But this looks good now. I just got to let that set for a few hours, and then we can put in the other strobe light, which goes here to the hole there. Now on this part here, I still need to add red LEDs, but I'm going to have a torpedo firing aft, and I'm having forward firing torpedo. And then the other ones that aren't firing will just have red LED lighting them up. Okay, so it's going to be corresponding fire across, so it's this side firing and then this side firing aft. Okay, so I got two of these tiny SMDs. They're white, but I'm just going to put clear red, dab clear red on tips of those. It gets a nice effect, like the as you look at the light there, like the center part is kind of a whitish yellow with the tinge red around it, which really makes it look more realistic, you know, comparable to the show. So I'm gonna get just red LEDs in there, one on corresponding sides to begin with, and then I'll get the SMDs in place as well. So I'm using these two red ones here. You can see they got a little bulb on the tips there, so I'm going to push those like right inside the hole on either side there. And then I'll add a 1K resistor on each one of those, and we're good to go for that. And got the 1K resistors on these two reds here. Just got to add in the SMDs now. Okay, you got the two SMDs there. Got the lines all twisted up there. Looks good. Gives extra strength. Now I only want them coming out so far, because you don't want the lines eventually like sag or droop down, so they're going to be fairly short coming out. And then tie them together and then put a 470 ohm resistor on them, and then they get tied together with these, and we are done with the torpedo launchers. Okay, so I'm just going to let this canopy glue set and then tie these together, put the resistor on them, and then tie those to the other lines, and we are good. Well, that's it for this episode, everyone. In the next one, we're going to finish off the lighting and get some assembly started. Please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.